Well, good evening, everybody, and thank you for joining us here tonight. And thank you to those from last time returning here to watch with us again. I do hope you're sitting nice and comfortably and you are ready for some GT3 racing. Tonight, it's being brought to you by the Tanzo Racing Group and being sponsored by Fresh Rubber and Clark St. James Motorsport. Welcome back to season 10 and welcome to race 2 of 8. For the second race of the season, we are here in Portugal at the Autodromo do Algarve International Circuit. I'm Gaz, and alongside me, as always, will be Jim, and we will be bringing you every single bit of racing action there is to have over these next 60 minutes when we get underway here very shortly. But before we get underway, and before we get down to track, Jimmy, hi, hello, boa noche, my amigo. Welcome to Portugal, and thank you again for joining us all here again tonight. How are you doing, my mate?
I am doing very, very good. How are you doing?
Well, I'm here again. I'm looking forward to it again. I cannot wait to get started. We're going to get started very soon, mate, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, of all the tracks this season, this is the one I'm looking forward to the most. Algarve is my favourite track of all time. I absolutely love it. It consistently gives the best racing. Like, it's so wide, it's got so many bumps and elevation and camber and everything you need in a
All
track.
right.
It's just been
All right.
I won't get too carried away just now.
Look, we can all
What I'm
tell.
looking for.
Look, Jimmy, I think I can tell. I'm sure the viewers can as well. But you've got some enthusiasm for this track here. Now, me and you, we have raced on this as well, like a few times ourselves. Myself, not in the GT3, but in the F1 cars. I know this track. You know this track better than anyone else I know. So, Jimmy, what are we looking at here today then?
Well, this season features 8 intense rounds where every second counts. Drivers get just 15 minutes of close qualifying to secure their spot on the grid, followed by a brief 5-minute warm-up before the engines roar to life. Then it's all down to 60 minutes of wheel-to-wheel racing. With only 60% fuel on board, pit stops are an absolute must and will add some interesting strategy throughout the race. And with fixed setups across the field, there'll be no tuning advantages, no excuses, just pure talent, relentless consistency, and nerves of steel. So
Oh, I'm looking forward to this one, Jimmy.
yeah, it's
Portugal.
going to be good.
It's a great track. It's one of the ones that I saw early on, and I thought I cannot wait for the drivers to get here. And it's so early in the season as well. We are truly lucky tonight. You can see them out qualifying out on track as well at the minute.
Yeah, we're 5 minutes through to qualifying with Adam Wilson-Weir just topping the timing boards there and Sean Clark topping the timing boards for the AMs. So just to recap, we are in the GT3s this season and we're on race 2 of 8. So the drivers 50 minutes close qualifying, so they'll be qualifying on their own on track so they can just lock in, head down, focus and just get the best lap times possible.
Okay, so these drivers at the minute, they're in the zone. They're on their own, out on track. Little Dr. Seuss for you there. But they're currently putting in the times, as you can see, just over 5 minutes in, 15 minutes total time they do get. What are we looking at here though today, Jim? Like we just touched on before I had to cut you off, before you went on an absolute tangent, before we've done any form of racing whatsoever. What are we looking at here today? Because this is a phenomenal track. Everybody knows it. I'm pretty sure it's very well known because of the status in F1 that it has had. It's a great track.
Yeah, it's raced a lot, and I think what's great about it is, like I touched before, it's so wide, and you can take so many different like lines into each of the corners and stuff, and there's so many overtaking opportunities with like hairpins and just long parts of the track and just everywhere is just an overtaking opportunity compared to a lot of tracks where you can't really go side by side enough and you can't really overtake people in the right places without risking slowing yourself down too much or risking a crash.
Look,
This is why I love this track, because it's just a great racing track.
it's 2.8 miles. It's 15 corners, and you've got nearly 1,000 meters straight. There's going to be some racing on here today. These drivers will be fighting it out to be number one. And Jimmy, I don't know if you want to remind everybody, there's something a little bit special this season what these drivers are fighting for. Do you want to let everybody know?
Yep, so there is a prize pool at the end. We have
Ooh.
Thank you very much. We have £500 for the person overall with the most points at the end of the season, and second place gets £100. So big prize pool for both first and second there. A lot to be
That is
racing for.
that's phenomenal, and that is open to both the pros and the AMs, by the way. So the pros, just remember they've got the blue next to their names, just in the top left on the leaderboards. The AMs do have yellow next to their names. You can tell them apart, but it doesn't matter. Whoever is P1 and P2 at the end of the season is going to get their hands on a little bit of money. And
But
again,
just to clarify though,
oh,
it's P1 and P2 with points overall. So first place in the AM will get first place, and the pro will get the same amount of points. And then overall it adds up at the end. So they're scored differently, but they're still in the same race together.
everybody's within a fair shout of winning this money. And we want to thank Vector Motorsport for this one. Follow them on their socials at Vector Motorsport on YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook, and at Vector Motorsport 297 on Instagram. Get at them, drop them a like, drop them a subscribe, help them out. Thank you very much to Vector Motorsport for that lovely prize pool this year.
Yeah, it gives the driver something to fight for, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And you can see them fighting out on track now. We're just over the halfway point at the minute.
Yeah, so just over halfway through the qualifying at the moment, and we've got Wayne Douglas leading the board by 3 thousandths of a second above Tim Reed, and then 19 thousandths of a second is Alexander Claudio back in third. It's so close on this track, it's unbelievable. And you can see on the orange numbers on the boards there just how close everyone is to the person in front. It's insane. Daniel
It's
Paul there doing
truly.
well to get into the above a couple of pros there at the same time.
No, absolutely. And those times, they just speak for themselves. They are so close. All these drivers are giving absolutely everything at the minute.
Yeah, and we've got Adam Wilson. We're going first place again with a 142.0. So they are going
Very,
very quick around here.
they are going very fast, but you can tell by the time sitting right behind them. Look at Wayne Douglas, not even a tenth behind at the moment. He's chasing that P1 as well at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like if you were to put like a picture of everyone sort of on track at the same time, the distance between first and last is absolutely nothing.
No, there's not much in it at all. There's a lot to fight for, like we've mentioned. You've got Adam Wilson Weir currently leading P1 at the moment, out on track and out in class. But Daniel Paul will be pretty happy with his time because he's currently sitting, well, P1 in class as well. He's sitting there top of the board at the AMs at the minute with the fastest time.
Yeah, we have what is it, 28 cars on track. So we got a lot of people, and the fact that everyone's that close, and racing is so good on this track, and so like easy to do on this track. Oh, I say easy to do as in you can go side by side, and you can battle other people. But like, it's gonna be a good one, I believe.
Absolutely, and we're just at the just over the 10-minute mark, so we've got less than 5 minutes to go. Jim, are these drivers going to start to be putting in some serious laps now? Or do you think they've already done that? They're going to take it a little bit easy. What's going on?
Well, I think usually the first lap is when you just set a banker, you get something in, and then from then onwards is when you just push as hard as you can, because you want to get that safe lap in. So if something happens, you get like a disconnect, or if anything goes wrong, then you've got a lap time on the board that'll put you somewhere roughly on the field. And then from then onwards is when you want to really push as hard as you can, and just set every lap as best as you can do. The tires get warmer, you get more comfortable, fuel gets lower, you can just go quicker.
Well, you can really see it with just under 4 minutes to go. Look how close these drivers' times still are. They're still fighting for it.
Oh, absolutely, and why wouldn't you? There's a race to do, and there's a prize pool. You want to be fighting as hard as you can for it.
No, absolutely, absolutely. Wayne Douglas still sitting up there with a 142.020 at the minute. He is quick.
Oh yeah, I mean, like as we've seen already though, it's jumping all over the place. Someone could easily come in and just smash like anyone.
Well, Adam Wilson Weir was setting the quickest lap before then, but exactly like you just said, Wayne Douglas has come along and said, "Nope, thank you very much. I think I'll have it off you for now." Do you think we're going to see many more changes in the next few minutes?
We've seen plenty of changes already going on, so you kind of hope so, don't you? Just make it a bit more interesting. Keeps everyone on their toes. If everyone's all over the place, you never know really where you're going to end up.
No, absolutely, absolutely. Little shout out in the comments as well from one Josh 2. Come on, Tim Reed, Tim. Fitting up in P3 at the minute. I'm sure he'll be very happy with that. But again, he's not too far behind those leaders. Is there anything he can find leading into the last few minutes here?
Well, I think one thing that's always important to mention is, like, as we said, there's less than a hundredth between them at the moment, and some people are better in qualifying, and some people are better in the race. So if you know you've got the pace, then you know you can fight people, and you know you can get that P1 whether you're within a certain amount of time. Maybe if you're a second slower, you'd be a bit worried, but when being a hundredth of a second slower, I mean, I wouldn't be stressing myself too much at the moment.
No, because like you touched on it a little earlier. There's 28 cars out there. There's going to be a lot of action out on track. There's going to be a lot of people getting in a lot of everyone else's way. I'm going to see some drama out there, but we're in with last 2 minutes of qualifying now. Wayne Douglas is still sitting out in P1 at the moment, out in class of the pros. Daniel Paul sitting out in P1 at the moment in his class as well, but P14 out on track.
Yeah, you can really see, I mean, especially on board with that Porsche there, them using all of the track available just to open up that corner, carry a bit more speed through, and just be that little bit quicker. We got
Good.
some
Oh,
really
sorry.
interesting. Oh, no, go on.
No, please continue, please continue. I was just going to say we had another shout out for Tim. Let's go Yankee Doodle Timmy. A lot of support here tonight.
Yeah, if you're in the YouTube chat, feel free to shout out whoever you want to, and we'll give them a little shout out on stream. All right, we're just coming up to 1 minute to go. Wayne Douglas leading at the moment with a 1:41.9. So people are finally in those 1 minute 41s. As that
Just
fuel
getting in
gets a little
there.
bit lower, cars get a bit lighter, and just get that little bit quicker.
No, absolutely sitting on board with him right now. And like you said, he's just broken into those 141s. Now, 141.9 is a very fast time. Oh, there you go. A 141.8 now.
Yeah, if we can keep on board with him for this lap, like, I know, I think he's just going to be pulling in now. But that first turn that you come through, it's so challenging because you want to carry as much speed through there, but if you go that little bit too wide, you just cost yourself the entire lap. So you've got to be smart with where you push and where you kind of keep it safe.
It's a technical track. It's very wide. There's a lot of space for some side by side in certain areas. A lot of overtaking spaces. You don't need to get it done into turn one. 20 seconds to go here in qualifying. Do you think we've got our leaderboard here, Jim?
I think people will be finishing up now. They'll finish their lap with 10 seconds to go. I mean, you did touch on something there quickly that I just want to expand on, where you said it's a technical track, and I think it shows the level of the drivers in here, where it is so technical, and they're just so close to each other on times. I mean, it says a lot about their skill.
Crazy track, nicknamed the roller coaster, and you can see why. As we were just sitting on board with Jan Whittaker just then, it's the elevation change on this track is absolutely crazy. You've got some crazy uphills, crazy downhills, very fast. You want to be careful going over it. There's a lot of camber on this track that's going to try and pull you into those corners as well.
And that is one thing to note as well. So many high-speed corners, so much camber that you are going flat out through these turns. You put a lot of heavy weight on those cars and a lot of heat through the tires. You'll get an immense amount of tire wear towards the end of the race. So if people pit for tires, I think they'll be safe, and those who stay out long, I think the cars are gonna get a little twitchy those last few laps.
I've got to agree with you there. The track isn't the most forgiving if you're not good to the track. You've got to drive it right. It's a great track for fighting. It's a great track for overtaking. But the elevation changes, the camber into the corners and out they're just going to pull you in and out of that track if you don't treat it with absolute respect.
Yeah, so we're just we should see the drivers are just out doing a little pre-race warm-up. They got 5 minutes just to relax before we go into the main race. So we're
just under 4 minutes. Yeah, just under 4 minutes to go, and you will start to see them start staggering out and getting ready for that rolling start.
Yeah, I mean, the 5 minutes is to give drivers time to go to the bathroom or just kind of get in the right headspace, ready for the race, get a drink if they need to, and then off they go.
Jim, what's if let's say you're in this race and you've got 5 minutes, what's your little pre-race ritual, if you will?
Speaking to someone with a nervous bladder here, so straight away. No, but like you use it just to kind of just take a deep breath sometimes. I mean, qualifying. I don't know if there's a lot of drivers out there where you kind of almost hold your breath for the entire time, just kind of like, all right, focus, lock in. And then when you finally calm down, your heart rate starts to calm down a bit. You're like, okay, okay.
Well, as an asthmatic, I cannot hold my breath for 1 minute and about 40 seconds. I don't know about you viewers on that one, but to me, that sounds absolutely crazy. But I do seriously know where you're coming from. They're going to want to be absolutely locked in the best they can when they go out to set their fastest lap. And right now, they've done that. They've all got their positions out on track, and we'll find out very shortly as to where they all are. They're in their warm-ups. They're getting into the zone. Viewers, by the way, let me know if any of you guys, first of all, if any of you do any of this kind of racing. We absolutely love to hear about it. And secondly, do any of you have a weird pre-race ritual? I'd love to hear about it.
I genuinely thought you were going to ask if any of the viewers were asthmatic or something.
No. That's just me. That's just me. I'm sure my asthmatic viewers are out there with me. But no, we can't hold our breath for 1 minute and 40. So, shall we have a quick look at the qualifying, Jimby?
Yep, let's absolutely do it. See those starting times. So in first place we have Adam Wilson-Weir, followed by Wayne Douglas, Peter Duke, Tim Reed, Alexander Claudio, Jared Love, Craig Koresh, Sam Berry, and Harry Hartley-Price round out. Oh, Sebastian Diesen.
Oh, Diesel
Diesenbach.
Fenbach. Diesel
Round
Fenbach?
out your top 10.
We
Followed by
apologise if we
Hayden
say that
Young.
wrong, by the way.
Sorry. Quinton Clumpert, Tim Cullimore, Daniel Poole, leading the AMs at the moment, Daniel Poole there, with Glenn Ablard, Sean Clark, Ryan Clark, Harry Seven, are you top 18? A little shout out to Claudio there in the chat. Then we have Joshua Smith in 19th, followed by Jan Whittaker, Jordan Butler, Gareth Newton, Raymond Van Sutton, Elmer Van Beek, Christopher Haynes, Mark Wesley, James Vardigan, and James Moore rounding out your top 28.
Well, I tell you what, Daniel Paul will be pretty happy with that, won't he? He's got himself into P1 in class for the AMs, and he's sitting one above one of the pros at the minute. So I'd be pretty happy with that if I was him.
No, I'll be absolutely chuffed with that. That's great time from him there.
And it's not long until we get started. They got about 30 seconds left of the warm up here. You'll see them all start to come out onto track, and we will get the racing action going for you. Remember, we've got a rolling start for the start of this race as well.
Yeah, so one thing you said about the warm-up as well, and I mean, for me personally, I find it's a good, that 5 minutes gets you used to those cold tires again just before you go out and chat. Go out and race. So like when you're when your tires are cold, it's so different from like how the car's set up in the qualifying. So it kind of gives you that mindset to get back into that race mentality.
Jimmy, I just want to cut you real quick there because we did hear you struggle a little bit, and sorry if we said anyone's names wrong, but Marshmallow, he massively admires the confidence in going for all the names there, mate. Thank you, Marshmallow.
Oh, you start reading and you hope that your mouth gets it right, and sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't.
Absolutely. And
Yeah,
again, we do apologise if we get anyone's name wrong here today. We are only human. We're trying our best. But, Jim, they're getting ready to go.
they are lining up on the grid, so it'll be a little short pace lap here, followed behind the safety car, which we can see on screen at the moment. So that'll give time for the drivers to do a little bit of weave in, get the tyres up to temperature, ready to start the race. So the race start will go when the safety car goes into the pit lane. You'll see it sort of turn off the track, and then it'll be up to the person in P1 when they want to go. Do they want to leave it for the start finish straight, or do they want to go immediately as soon as they can? Because sometimes it's better to catch the person off guard, so you kind of got to change it up week to week. And we are seeing the lights about to change now.
So when that safety car goes, we're all going to be watching Adam Wilson-Weir, is what you're saying there, Jim, for him to go.
Absolutely. So we're seeing them just pull off there. You'll see any second now. They'll kind of spread out a little bit. I imagine we'll see a little bit of that weaving side to side. There you go. You can see it right at the front there. What that does is it gets a bit of heat in your tyres, gets them a bit warmer. The rubber gets stickier. You just get that little bit more grip on track.
you something that we're gonna definitely keep an eye on when the race does get going. Those first couple of corners, because like you just touched there, Jim, they're warming their tires now. Them tires are not going to be anywhere near the optimal temperatures they want them to be at. These drivers.
No, you'll see them. They'll be slipping all over the place. They'll be like sliding. There's very little grip, and they're going to be pushing them as hard as they can. These first few laps are really going to reward that confidence in tricky conditions.
We'll have to see what the drivers bring out, because again, it's a difficult track. It's very technical. It's very fast. There's a lot of time. There's 60 minutes for them to do the racing. So
Yeah,
don't need to do it all on turn 1, turn 2.
no, but you don't want to start losing positions and then having to fight your way back up again. You kind of want to keep position at a minimum.
And that's what these drivers will definitely be looking for. Still sitting behind the safety car, leading the way at the minute. Adam Wilson, we're sitting just behind him in the black and red car, just up ahead that we can see from the camera at the moment.
Yeah, and you can really see that elevation change looking at the track now of how many dips and hills there are. Oh, we're getting someone talking about their pre-race ritual. Used to listen to some music, make sure I was nice and relaxed before the start of the race. Nothing worse than being tense into turn 1, lap 1. Absolutely, that's from Fluky8682.
Hit the nail on the head with what you were saying.
What was your go-to music then? Because I've heard of a few people have some interesting choices. So I'm just wondering what your pre-race music is.
Mine personally, bit of Slipknot, just saying. But Jim, we're getting ready to go.
Yep. Focus on that. So I'm just coming up to the final bend, and yeah, we should see the cars get ready to go. They're all bunching up, getting into that 2x2 formation. We'll see any second now that pace car, there you go, just dips into the pit lane. So it's up to Adam Wilson. Look how close these guys are getting. They're getting ready to fight.
Wayne Douglas wants that P1 already.
It really does. All right, any second now. We'll see. Cross the line, and sorry, that wasn't the start-finish line. We'll see it in a sec. All right,
coming up.
There we go.
There they
and
go.
The lights
they go.
are going. They are off. Or a little bit of touch right at the beginning there. I think they're just letting each other know where they are on track.
Lots of action, lots of cars, 28 cars out here for you. Adam Wilson, we're out in front just at the moment. Wayne Douglas just behind him for now.
Yeah, that turn 1 section is so tricky on this track, especially on cold tyres, because you want to push as hard as you can. And you can already see there's bits of gravel left out from qualifying on the track, so cold tyres, less grip, bit of gravel is going to be a bit slippy.
I may be mistaken, but I believe I saw the pink car slip slightly over the gravel there into turn 3 there, turn 4 I believe it might have been, sorry. Could have been Sam Ferry, I believe.
Easily done. Yeah, it's easily done. I mean, when you got like a big heavy car, and then low grip, you're gonna have a little bit of slipping and sliding.
Not too much at the moment. I did see somebody else in the wall though, and yeah, I'm being told somebody did go off track. So we'll go back and have a look at that in a moment. Here we go. We'll jump on board now and we'll have a look.
Oh, yeah, it's that uphill like left-hander. You're just overturning more than you think, and you've got to be so careful on that throttle. If you go a little bit over, that rear end is going to go. You're going to see that a lot in the rear engine cars.
It's a difficult one because at the same time, you do not want to overbrake there as well, because that is just going to kill all of your momentum if you're overcautious. Oh, Tim Reed with a spin there. And it looks the same uphill, left-hander. He may have gotten the acceleration there a little too early.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to spin, though, if you're going to spin, lap 1 is when you want to do it. Get you that 60 minutes just to catch back up, I think.
No, absolutely, absolutely. So we'll have a quick look at that one again.
Yeah, so it looks like he just got him accelerated a little bit too early, was it?
Same again, maybe.
Oh no, a little to the rear. Oh, that's not good. Well held, kept on the brakes, allowed everyone to pass him safely. Oh, that wasn't Tim Reed, that was the car behind, because you can see Tim coming back on just afterwards.
I do apologise to him for that one.
Yeah. But it's bound to happen. I mean, like, you've already seen, like, cars are very close, very tight track.
Absolutely. So, a couple of laps in now. They're still having a little bit of a fight back there, but we've got Adam Wilson, where's your P1? Wayne Douglas, your P2, and Peter Duke, that is your P3 for the pros. Harry 7 is your P12 out on track, but P1 in class at the minute. Followed by Jordan Butler, P13, P2 in class. Oh no, Ryan Clark, do apologise. Right as I said that, they overtake each other. And Raymond's up then, comes up into P3 in class, P15 out on track.
Yeah, it
Got
looks
on
like
board with
someone's got a little
Jan.
bit of connection issues there. Sounds like Jordan or something's got
Oh,
bit of connection issue, so we should see his time will be appearing and disappearing on the side. Hopefully he can get that sorted before the end of the race.
I think that was Jan Whittaker behind him in the red and the black Porsche. He was just flicking in and out of the camera there.
I
And
mean,
there he goes again.
we've had one little tap so far, but I mean that's par for the course on an earlier lap. But they've kept it pretty clean, pretty comfortable, like with each other. Oh,
Oh
yeah,
dear, Jan.
you could see him
Jan
there.
Whittaker.
He disconnected for a moment, so when he appeared back in, he didn't know where anyone was on track. I think that was just unfortunate. But
That is unfortunate. We'll go back to that in a minute.
we had a previous crash as well with Elmer Van Beek, so we can go back and take a look at that one.
So what happened here with him? Did the same happen again as he got on a little bit too early?
Comes an uphill left-hander into a bit of a right-hander, and oh, it just
Oh,
gets tapped in the rear.
is that Jan Whittaker again just happening there? Oh, and
Oh,
again, hello.
just hello.
Well, he came
Oh,
out of absolutely nowhere. Now, Jim, we did quickly see it as well, though. A couple of bits of the car came off, a couple of bumpers here and there. They've got the fast pit, haven't they, again this week?
yeah, so you get one fast repair. So it doesn't cover changing tires or adding a bit of extra fuel into your car. But when you pull into the pit lane, you get what's called a fast repair, and within a second, your car will be fully fixed and you'll be able to go immediately. So you just pull up into your pit box and then out you go. So it's not the end of the world if you have a little bit of a crash early on, because as like we said before, they got 55 minutes to go in this race. It's plenty of time to catch back up and to start fighting again. And I mean, when cars are fighting on track, you slow each other down because you can't take the optimal lines at all, and it just slows you down. So if someone does spin, then it gives you that
Well,
time to kind of catch back up with other people and get into that
well,
fight.
well, Christopher Haynes, just behind Raymond Zutphen, who we're on board with right now, he was chasing down Sean Clark. And I don't know if you could see it coming down with the camera there, poking his nose out every few meters, just to let him know that he was still there. And I think he did try it a couple of times. But Wayne Douglas has just set a 1:42.6, fastest lap of the race so far, currently up in P2.
Yeah, and we have got a 5-second penalty for car number 297 for causing a collision, which, yeah, like we said, it happens sometimes, and it's not malice. It just you just get a bit overexcited, a bit too like into the fight, and you just accidentally tap someone. But hey, it's up to you to not cause those collisions. So 5 seconds
It ha-
penalty.
it happens. They're racing, and that's the one thing I do like about this. You can have a bit of race. I do like to see these GT3s trade a little bit of pain as we go down the race, like for the rest of it. It makes it fun. It makes it interesting. I don't like it when race cars aren't allowed to race.
Exactly. But like we saw there, nice overtake. Those hairpins are really good for getting a good overtake. You get that good exit speed out the corner, and you can go side by side. And then you can either go for the switchback, or you just follow the guy who just overtook you and just get back out on track. Use their slipstream, maybe overtake them on a different part of track. There's a lot of strategies you can go for around here.
No, absolutely. And I think Tim Cullimore will be looking for one of those in P13, who we're riding on board with in the BMW at the moment. Well, not on board with, sorry, who we're looking at the minute in the BMW. He's chasing down Harry Seven and Ryan Clark, not too far behind them. And he'll want to get past them to get back up with the rest of the pros, along with down near the back of the pack, well, bottom of the pack, sorry, Hayden Young and Glenn Ablard. They'll be looking to get up as well to get back up there with the rest of the pros. These
Yeah, I mean
AMs are doing phenomenal.
last week we saw Hayden Young doing very well in the race, so he should be able to make some good times. Same with Tim Reed, Glenn Alblard as well. I mean, we'll see them back up, I think, by the end of the race, back with the rest of the pros. But
Adam
like you said,
Wilson Weir, sorry,
great
setting a
driving from the outs.
1:45. Sorry,
Sorry, say that again, sir.
Adam Wilson Weir just set a 1:42.5 and has gone quickest out on track out in P1 at the moment. He's not giving
142.
that spot up to Wayne Douglas like I thought he was going to do a minute ago when Wayne Douglas set the fastest.
No, not at all. I mean, a 142.5, that's barely like half a second more than qualifying times. And they've got better tyres, a lighter car. I mean, that's a really good time in my opinion.
Phenomenal time, and they're only going to get quicker as the time goes on, and we're still under 10 minutes. We're just over 7.5 minutes into the race. 60 minutes full racing action to go before we get anywhere near that checkered flag.
Yeah,
There's a
great
lot
overtake that
happening.
we just saw on track there. The line he took to set himself up for the run before he comes under that corner, that was some great driving from Hayden that we
Hayden Young
just
and
saw.
Christopher Haynes, they're gaining a position going up to P17 as he now chases down Sean Clark, and he's right on his bumper. You can see
He
it there
is
from the
right,
back
right on
end
his
of
bumper.
Sean Clark's on the
Yeah,
back of his car there. Hayden
Sean's
Young
wanted to make
chasing him
a
down.
couple moves, but you can see that gravel on track. You see it flicking up at the car there. That does that does reduce your grip. It is simulated in iRacing, and it
With
does make it a bit more sketchy. Oh, that was a
Hayden Young, that has he
beautiful
kept it?
tight
Has he
overtake
kept
there.
it?
Yeah, he just got the
Yeah,
inside
he's
line, and then
beautiful, absolutely beautiful overtake from Hayden Young. Up again, another position to P16 there. Brilliant overtake on Sean Clark. Sorry, Jim. I just wanted to tag on what you were saying about the gravel because we did see it play a part last week with a few different drivers. They span out just through hitting that gravel. Maybe we're going to see it again later on in the race as more and more gravel makes its way onto the track and gets pushed up the track as these drivers travel it down the track.
yeah, that's what I think we'll see as well. I mean, there's one particular corner where you got a bit of a blind crest on it as you come up, but there's also a gravel trap right next to it where a lot of gravel does get sprayed. I think we'll start to see some spins maybe in like around
Oh, I
the
know
middle
exactly
section.
which corner you're out with. And in a Formula One car, I struggle with that.
Oh, are we going to see a little overtake here? That Mustang so close behind. He keeps just edging out a little bit. I think he wants to make the move, but he's playing it safe because that turn one is so difficult to go side by side through. But then everywhere
That's
else you
right.
can kind of quite easily do it.
Yeah, he's chasing down Tim Reed in front of him, both pros in 18th and 19th. They're gonna want to get back up the pack, but they got plenty of time to do it. And Christopher Haynes and Tim Reed swapping around a couple of times there, just out in front of him. Tim Reed seems to have got the position now in P17.
Yeah, and I mean we're always seeing, like I said earlier, there's so much room to go side by side, and I think we're going to see the Porsche here trying to make a move on the Mercedes. He just showing his nose a little bit in the corner before, but there's quite a gaggle forming on these cars, so close to each other. It's
Well, you've got Sam Berry leading it with Craig Corrish, Harry Hartley Price, Sebastian.
oh
Oh, that is unfortunate going wide there.
yeah, I was just about to say he was bumper to bumper there all the way through that corner, but you can't really be pushing someone to a corner because they are just going to spin. Ah, it's a bit unfortunate there.
On with Quintin. Never mind.
I think we might have cut to the wrong car there, but I mean, you saw it on the screen. I think Sam Berry just should have backed off a little bit, lifted off the throttle just a scooch more, and yeah, that's just unfortunate. Hopefully the driver in the Mercedes, well, the driver in the car in front can make his way back up the field.
No, absolutely. And we want to see some interesting racing, but we want to see everybody stay out on track and everybody finish his race, don't we? Craig Corrish currently got slowed down at the moment. Still to serve.
Yeah, so we're seeing yeah, we lot of slipstream. I think is going to be happening, and I think a lot of people are going to be right now
Sebastian,
thinking about where to go for the overtakes because at this point, when people are fighting in front of you, you don't
oh,
really want
sorry,
to stick your nose in. And, oh, there you go.
Harry and Harry Hartley Price and Craig Corrish currently side by side at the minute, with Sebastian sitting right behind him in that red and black, beautiful Porsche. He wants in on the action as well.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I reckon he's going
Harry's
to go
got the
for the
move.
overtake here. He's got the speed. Is he going to show his nose? No,
Harry's
I
got
think.
Harry's got the move. No, he doesn't. He doesn't quite get it though, does he?
Oh, like he's gone on the inside there. He's forcing him to take a little bit of a narrower line. Maybe he's going to go for the switchback through the corner. Just had to back off.
Not
Car in
quite this
front
time
just
around.
kept its line, and I think that Porsche might get the slipstream down the main straight. You know, that
Good
that
little scrap from the three of them right there.
yeah, a really good scrap, and that's what I like about this track is like
Lots
it is a bit scrappy.
lots of opportunities, and we saw Harry take his opportunity on Craig Corrish just a few moments ago when he did slip past, and Sebastian was trying to get his nose in through Craig as well, but I think Craig let Harry through and thought, no, definitely not letting another one through here.
Oh, a little bit of a tap going into the turn one there.
Alexander
I think it's good.
Claudio.
Yeah, I think it's gonna like unsettle Jordan's car just before the entry into that. Bit bit unsportsmanlike, but I think a bit of rubbing is a bit of racing sometimes, and I think they'll both live to drive another day.
No, absolutely. And Alexander Claudio will be looking, obviously, to get back up there. He needs to get above Harry Seven as well to join the rest of the pros. Harry Seven, though, P1 out in class at the moment, P11 out on track. He'll be quite happy with that at the moment. Alexander Claudio behind him, Jordan Butler P2 in class as well behind him, and then there is a couple of drivers with Hayden Young and Tim Reed sitting between Sean Clark and Jordan Butler P3 and P2 respectively in class. So I think they'll be quite happy with his position at the minute. Harry Seven will be, but then Sean Clark and Alexander they will want to get up there as well, and this is the opportunity for them all.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good track for overtaking. So I think we're seeing Hayden Young and Tim Reed really just making their way through the field at the moment, getting back up to those pros.
Absolutely, and they'll be enjoying the fight along with the pros as well, won't they?
Yeah. So Alexander Claudio just warned there for contact with Jordan Butler, and I mean, it's sometimes it's bound to happen, but I think that tap was a little bit more aggressive than he meant it to be. But like we said, it's not always malicious. No one got hurt. I mean, he might have got a position from it, but they've still got plenty of time to get the position back.
There you go. He's got his warning. He'll move on. I'm sure he'll get his head down, try not to do it again. The drivers do want to be careful with what warnings they do get out on track because we do know they will get a drive through if they hit so many points through instance out on track, and nobody wants to get pulled into the pits for a drive through there. I don't, especially when I'm out racing. I don't know about you, Jim.
Absolutely not.
The
They
only
are.
advantage you get is a quick drinks break. But they're all filling out quite nicely. They're all sitting out on track. There's not too many incidents going out right now. Like we did just see that one a moment ago, but they're all pretty settled in now. We're we're at 15 minutes into the race. We're a quarter of the way through, so plenty of time
Yeah.
still for stuff to happen. But they seem pretty settled at the moment.
So we're just going to do a an onboard lap with Harry Hartley Price here, just so we can see how close those cars are getting together. I mean, look at this. This is why it's called the roller coaster. You can see, oh, little
Straight
tap there
chorus,
going
little
into that.
tap.
Yeah,
Sorry,
little argy bargy, but he's coming through. But like, you can see the elevation changes a lot better when you're on board on like why this track is called the roller coaster. And
well,
I think,
some of it's blind. You come round and you cannot see anything apart from the horizon.
oh, absolutely not. And you could really use a lot of the track. I mean, look how far they are onto the rumble strip. This particular corner here, you've just got to do a light lift on the accelerator as well. Just because otherwise, if you keep on it, you'll get pushed too far out to the left and you end up going off track. But look at that slipstream, catching right up behind him, showing his nose, saying, if you're too slow into the next corner, I'm going to get past you. But
Is
yeah,
he going to look
this
for it now, though?
big bump on there, take that extra speed, you get pushed really out wide. And then another heavy braking zone here into a hairpin. So this corner really comes down to who can set themselves up best for this miniature straight we've got here. And if you can get a good run out of here, you get into that braking zone and you get that position made through the hairpin. But it does also leave an opportunity for the guy you're overtaking. Does he do a switch back, make his way back up into another uphill section? Again, blind crest up here, and then you get this lovely, crazy section of track, which we're about to see him on board with now. Avoiding that massive curve on the inside, go out wide, and then it's so much elevation here that all you see is sky, and you'll see a lot of gravel get thrown on track from that bit. And then you get this really awkward corner over here where you also see a lot of overtaking done, because it just sweeps round, and the outside line, weirdly, is the faster line because it allows you to cut in better, but that inside line it just gets left open, and you can just send your car in. And then more elevation, again, you can barely see the apex, you can barely see the track around you, and you get this amazing, it feels like a 90-degree right-hander, but it's this big sweeping curve, back on the power as soon as you can, and away you go. And then pretty much that light little lift into that little big bump, again, kind of slightly blind. Whoever's bravest to get on the power first wins down the main straight. But it's so close between these cars. It's such a lovely track.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jim. Now I fully understand why you beat me every single time we race this track. I said it earlier, and it really comes through. You absolutely love this track, don't you?
Oh, it's my favourite. And we have had a huge crash behind us, which we'll go back and take a look at in a second.
Let's jump on board and have a look now. So we're on board with Brian Clark in the middle at the moment. Let's see what happens here. Lots of cars involved, we're told.
Yep, so just into that hairpin. Oh, he just puts his nose in at the last second. They can't clear the track. Oh, he tries to move out the
Oh,
way and just taps someone else. Oh,
I
that's
think
such
that's
a shame.
Quinton Clumpert that he taps on the way back as well there.
Yeah, I think he was trying to move out the way, get his car off track for everyone else, but then the car just tries to avoid him, and you just get this little collision. It's why they always say if you spin, hold your brakes. Holding brakes is predictable. Rolling backwards is not. So it's such
Well,
a shame, but
well, I believe that was, I think it was Quinton Clumpert, if I am not mistaken by that livery there. But yeah, rather unfortunate to be tagged in that as well. Like you said, you've got to hold them brakes. You've got to be safe. You cannot impact any other drivers.
no, and it's yeah, it's disappointing. Yeah, Ryan Clark there in chat fuming. I do not blame you. It's difficult, and I mean, yeah, I mean having that nose poked in at the last second as well. That is the hard part. That's what I was saying. Like it's great overtaking opportunity, but you have to be alongside. If you're not alongside, you're causing an accident just by like just you got to commit, and if you don't commit, it's a problem.
No, absolutely, absolutely. And we'll see if anything comes from that in the following minutes, if anything comes from the stewards or anything. On board with Raymond Sutphen at the minute, who's got Elmer Van Beek in 21 22, 22nd behind him. And then you've got James Moore and Jan Whitaker also having a little battle a couple of seconds behind them as well. So there could be some action here as it looks like,
Yeah,
yep,
Jan just going
it
for the overtake there. Nicely done.
made the move and got it happened. Well done, Jan Whitaker, up into 23rd.
Yeah, if we can go on board with them now and take a little look. I mean, he had a slightly rough start to the race, didn't he? But now he's looks like he's getting comfortable. Or we're going to see some side by side action to turn one. Are we going to
Sorry,
see any of them back out, or are we going to see them going side by side? And
I
oh, it
think
looks like
Jan
Jan
backed
just backed
slightly.
out a little bit. Sometimes it's a smart move to do, but
Yeah, I think he knows. I think he's getting more and more confident now on track. He didn't have the best races last week, but he seems to be having a slightly better one this week. Oh, there
yeah,
you go, straight through.
yeah, it's all about setting yourself up for that next turn, and just depending on where you position your car, you can get so much speed out of there. So that's a
There we
good
go.
bit of driving from him.
Sorry, just saw it up on screen there as well for you there, Jim, and for the viewers. Number 84, 10-second penalty for dive bombing.
Okay, I mean, understandable. I mean, he wasn't alongside, and he just put his nose in at the end. I mean, no driver's gonna be able to predict that, and even if it's an accident, like you outbraked yourself, you still caused the collision, so it's gonna happen.
There you go. So we're 20 minutes into the race. We're nearly halfway through. Jim, they've got that pit stop.
Yep, they've got that pit stop. So 60% of fuel allows you to go a little bit over the halfway mark. So it depends on whether, like you'll see right here, 3 car battle. Do you want to pit early? You'll get a heavier car for longer because you haven't drained all the fuel out of it. So you're not going to get those perfect lap times in like so early on, but you get that clean air away from other drivers, and it just allows you to settle in and get some better lap time. So there's compromise, but there's also benefits to pitting earlier than later.
No, absolutely, and that plays a massive statistical advantage, kind of, if you plan it just right, doesn't it? You could end up coming out very healthy position out on track if you time it just right.
Yeah, and the good thing about pitting slightly earlier is you're already back up to your proper pace by the time that the other drivers will be coming out. So if they come out in front of you or you come out side by side, you've got that pace advantage. So the undercut can be very powerful. But and again, if you pit early and you come out behind a car right at the back and they slow you down, you lose all that advantage that you're gaining.
Well, we'll see it, won't we? I'm sure we'll see some drivers undercutting, and I'm sure we'll see some drivers trying to do the overcut as well, seeing if they can last that little bit longer to gain some positions out on track before they have to come in.
Yeah, I mean it's interesting, and I think this is about the mark where a lot of drivers start thinking about what to do, because you don't want to pit too early because then you're not going to make it to the end and you might have to do another pit. But also Adam Wilson, we're fastest lap 1:42.4, so very fast times out here. Wayne Douglas just behind him with a 1:42.8 that lap.
Well, there you go. There's your P1, 2, and 3 is Adam Wilson, Weir, Wayne Douglas, and Peter Duke out in class. P1, 2, and 3 in your AMs, Harry Seven, Jordan Butler, and Sean Clark. They're all racing hard. They're all going to want these points. They've all got that prize pot, thanks to Vector Motorsport, that they're all going to be fighting for at the end of this season. Remember, £500 for P1 overall, £100 for P2 overall. There's a lot of money on the line.
There is a lot of money on the line, and I think that I think for a lot of the drivers though, when at this point they're not thinking about the money, all they're thinking about right now is just being the best driver that they can be.
I think it's got to be a little bit in the back of their mind, though, doesn't it? Especially if you're Adam Wilson, we're out, and you're out on track at the minute, and you can get your P1 of the season. I'd be pretty happy.
Yeah, I'd be very happy. But I think what's also exciting is that like it's the prize pool is for whoever gets the most points. So we could see an AM outdoing the pros just by like maybe 1 point here and there. It rewards consistency for the driver rather than
It,
who's just the fastest overall, which I think is a really nice way of doing it.
it makes a difference, and then like we've been following the cars out on the front of the track there, and obviously we've got 20. Was it 28? Was it drivers out on track today?
28
And
drivers.
28 drivers, and we'll jump to the back and we'll have a little look. We'll see what's happening back there. We did see Jan Whittaker and Raymond's up then having a little scrap earlier. Seems like Raymond's got the position right now, back on Jan in 22nd and 23rd respectively. But we're sitting on with Joshua Smith, currently chasing down Christopher Haynes at the minute.
Yeah, and I think like one thing that's going to be interesting, like we talked about with pit strategies as well, is having like that difference between a pro and an AM and how they'll deal with the pit strategies. I think for a lot of the AMs, it's most comfortable with just drain the fuel and then go out. So look at that, a couple people in the pits there. Eddie Grigonis just I think he's had a bit of an accident. Oh, it looks like he's changing tyres there. You can see the car just dropping down and off he goes. With it looks like James Moore just behind him. So yeah, we're starting to see a lot of people like Hayden Young's just gone into the pits, Mark Wesley's into the pits. So doing that, I think a lot of people going for that early pit lane just to get that pace advantage and get that track advantage.
No, absolutely, and again, it plays a massive part in the strategy on this with the fixed setups that they're out all they're using today. Strategy could be your make or break of your race, the way I see it.
Yeah, a lot for a lot of the people. I mean, Sebastian there getting very close behind Harry Hartley Price there. I mean, it's situations like that where you are just trailing someone for so long that for me, I would just think, you know what, I'm just going to go in the pits. I'm going to get that space to myself.
Yeah, just get some fresh air out on track, get the cars away from you for a little few moments, and gather your thoughts before you get back into your next race out on track.
Yeah. And also, that's the thing we talked about as well, is tyres or no tyres. Like you see, there's a lot of high-speed corners, and we're seeing it here. Like, you're going through these bends, you're flat out, like, for a lot of it. And it really does wear down the tyres quite a bit. This section at the end here especially, where, going for a good dive there. Is he going to go for a switchback, or is he going to keep around the outside? I think
Looks
keeping
like
around
he's
the
saying,
outside, he's got a good run, go
no,
to
there
the
he goes.
inside.
Has he got it? Not quite.
Oh, car just danced in front of him. Having to back out a little bit there. But I think Joshua Smith will be.
He's
I
lost
think
a bit of time there on Christopher Haynes out in front.
he's lost a bit of time, but at the same time, he's learned a bit about who he's racing. He knows. You start to learn where people are slower on track and where people are quicker, and that's when you can think about where you can make your moves going forward.
I suppose it does help you out on track as well. If you see another driver maybe doing something that not necessarily would, you might think, okay, well, next time round, I'm going to see if that works for me. And that is where you can cut a couple of tenths maybe off your time overall.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, that is part of being a great racing driver is learning the track, but also learning who you're with as well, learning where their strengths and weaknesses are, and then where you can take advantage.
No, absolutely, absolutely. As you start seeing a few people have, like you said, made their pits, and we'll see a few more going in and out soon. We're on board with Harry Hartley Price. Craig Corish is back out in front of him with Sebastian right up behind him as well. Not quite in his boot just yet, but I'm sure he will be in a second.
So if you're in the situation now, you're the Porsche following this Mercedes, and you see the Mercedes go into the pit lanes now, and you say you had 2 laps of fuel left, what are you doing?
It's a difficult one. It's a difficult one. I think ultimately, me being me, is I'd either try and dive right in behind him, or the next lap I'm going in. I don't want him to have that free air, that free space, that time to clear his head. I want to be right back behind him as soon as I can. But before we go on with that, Jim, and I will get back to that in a second, I'm hearing Jan Whittaker has crashed out on track. We'll have a look at that right now. So as he exits the pits here, what happens?
I think it's those cold tyres. I think he's just going to get a bit too early on the throttle with the cold tyres, and
Yeah,
there it goes. You've got to be so careful just with those fresh tyres when you come out the pit lane. So easy to
absolutely.
spin.
Half an hour into the race, do you think he forgot how bad they were on the first couple of turns?
I mean, it's easy to settle in. I mean, when I'm racing, I map a button to turn tire changing off. Like sometimes I just think it's better the devil you know. Better like when you know how little grip you've got and to drive with that than it is to go for those fresh tires again. But
No,
I mean,
absolutely.
it
And
depends on the driver.
again, I think we touched on it last week. Jan's new to the league. He's new to these GT3s in his sims, so we'll give him his dues. But come on, Jan.
I mean, he's doing a lot better than he did on the first race, and I think he's gonna. I think we'll see like improvements as the races go forward. We saw him making moves already. We saw him working his way back up through the field. I think, like we said, it's a learning opportunity. A lot of this, and you just got to
No,
learn how the
no.
cars work, how the tires work, and seeing some very close racing going on right now.
I was just about to say, talking about
Yeah, so we got Jordan Butler so close behind Harry Seven there. Like I think is he gonna get the slipstream down the main straight? Is he gonna get that speed? Cuts very tight on the inside of that corner. Try and like really open up the end. Oh, they're just dying into the pit lane together. I
there
think
you
he
go.
doesn't want to lose that track position like we talked about before, just nipping behind.
See that's my exact thoughts there. Tim Reed with the black flag at the moment. But
Yeah,
no,
no.
that's my exact thoughts. I don't want to give that driver in front of me that space, and we saw it. He was pushing on him, talking about making moves a moment ago. He was making moves himself, and again, I'm not giving that space up. I don't know about you, Jim, but me personally, I'm doing exactly what he just done there. I'm diving right in behind, not giving him that time.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the undercut, so I like to pit just a couple laps early if I see free space on track and go back out. So it seems like potentially Tim Reed might have sped in the pit lane.
Shall we have a look, see if we can figure it out?
Yeah, so let's take a little gander.
So comes in.
So I think we're just going to rewind quickly, see him on pit entry. Are we going to see a bit of tire squeal from when he? Oh, a little bang there.
There was a little collision there in the pits, side by side as they went in.
Oh, that's side by side. I think he overshot.
Oh
Oh, he's
yeah,
definitely going in way too quick. And then
way, way, way too fast with the car in front of him.
I think braking on that bit of grass there, it slows down your ability to slow down really. So
I, I
I
think
think
we might see something there, maybe in a few minutes from the stewards on that one. I'm not too sure. They might let it lie, but we'll see. Jordan Butler, black flag as well at the moment, Jim.
yeah, potentially maybe the potentially same thing happened to him. We'll have to have a look at that one at some point. But
Yeah,
again,
we'll
I
see
think
what
the
happens.
best now to just focus in, keep racing, pretend it's not there, and then if you have to pit to serve your penalty, pit to serve your penalty.
And understandable, but we're looking at Daniel Paul now chasing down Joshua Smith up in 14th in front of him. He's not too far off of him, just under 4 tenths at the moment. And Joshua Smith isn't actually too far from Harry Seven either, just under half a second as well.
Yeah, you can see on the timing boards on the left hand side, if the time is written in orange, as you can see there, that means they're within half a second of each other. If it's yellow, it means they're between a second and half a second. So yeah, the closest cars are on track there. Yeah, and
Now,
yeah, Jordan and Tim Reed both unsafe pit entrances, so they both sped on their way into the pits.
unfortunate for them both there, but you've got to watch how quick you go into those pits, especially if there's another car involved.
Also,
Joshua
very
Smith side by
tiny
side
little.
with Daniel Paul.
I was
Sorry,
gonna say a very
Joshua
tiny little overtake there, but it looks like Joshua
has,
Smith coming back
just
at him.
has he got
Is
it
he?
as he goes into turn one?
I think he might, if he's able to outbrake himself. Oh,
No, he's backed off. He's
there we
backed
are.
off.
Glenn
And
Ablard's just poking his way in there. Just stops him being able to get back on the racing line. Really cuts his time behind.
there you go. Ablard has actually overtaken Joshua Smith there, James. You can just see him there in the pink Mustang sitting behind Daniel Paul now.
Yeah, that was a great move there and a vital move there as well. Just to
Right, we've got another incident out on track. Harry Hartley Price, let's have a look. What's happened? So he's coming out the pits as well. Is it the same as we saw a moment ago with Jan?
just looks like, yeah. Because
Yeah,
there's a little bump, a little crest. Oh, that was so close. And
I'm not sure. I'm not sure who that's with him. Is possibly maybe Sam Berry. I might be mistaken. I'm just going off the livery there potentially.
do you wonder if the car in front of him just threw him off a little bit? So you come out
Maybe,
the pit
maybe.
lane, you see, you know your tyre's going to be a bit colder. You see a car that's already span. You
Yeah.
panic a little bit, try to go further on the inside, and then you lose the car yourself.
Well, it was Stanberry who was spun around in front of him as we came around the corner there, and I do believe that. If you look when he came out, he went slightly further to the left of the track than I think you naturally would. So I think he was trying to avoid him,
Oh, little
and
bump
just with
there.
that, yeah, we saw it. But sorry, just with that, that's caused him
Oh,
to
another little
have a
bump.
spin.
Oh, getting a bit aggro there. Oh, he's cutting across. Oh, I thought Glenn was going to get taken out there by that.
Then
That's
Bard and
a bit
Daniel
of a
Paul side by side,
getting very
Mustang versus
argy-bargy through that
Porsche.
little fight. Oh, they're so close behind each other. I mean, the Porsche is going to have great slipstream going on here, but you can see Glenn Ablard going slightly to the right, just showing him that he's going to defend. Is he going to just go for the dive? He goes for the dive on the last second, but I think he backed out knowing. I think he was just trying to throw Glenn off, get him to slow down a little bit, and there you go. It
Yeah, the
worked.
slowdown.
Able to get a good run through the
Well, Glenn
through the.
Bard had to slow down there, so I think he's had to let him go there at that point. Daniel Paul will be very happy with that.
Did he ever slow down?
Well, I believe he had to slow down next to him.
So Daniel Paul there, incident limit reached. So having those little bumps there with the car previously in that little fight, it looks like he's going to have to serve a drive-through penalty. Yep, he is going to have to serve a drive-through penalty. So that's 20. You've got to do a pit stop, but you don't stop. You're driving through at a set pace through the pit lane, and it basically works as like a 20-25 second penalty depending on the pit lane.
Yeah, that is unfortunate for him.
Yeah, it's what happens. I mean, you see a lot of, like there, for example, a lot of off tracks happen because you are trying to carry that huge amount of speed through, and you're using every millimeter of the track, going over those curbs. I think just having
No,
that little argy-bargy with Harry there, I think just sent his incident
absolutely.
limit of the well,
Now I'm
over the
hearing
limit.
another over the limit. Now I'm hearing another driver's gone off track. We'll jump back and have another look at that right now. But it's Elmer Van Beek that we're going to be with, so we can see him here on his side nearly.
Cut to it, the car's already sideways.
Tokyo drifting down the straight.
So he leaves a gap open, cuts across right at the last second.
Oh,
Yeah, I think that was I think that's on the BMW there. I mean, moving a little bit under braking right at the start there. He already took that inside line, and then I think he goes to defend a little too late, and then cuts across to defend again. I'd say that's just a bit of dodgy driving there. Bit
that
unfortunate.
is
Oh,
Elmer.
front bumper gone. The
You
BMW
can't
looks
be.
fairly unscathed, but I don't know if he's gonna keep away
Would
from
he,
the wall. You can see those tires.
it's going to be a close one. He
It's
might
gonna be very
just.
close. Just
No,
about
he's
avoids
all
the
right.
wall.
He's all
Bloody
right.
hell.
Oh
Oh,
no, never
go on
mind.
that
Hit the other wall.
wall. There you go.
Never mind. Never
Oh,
mind.
yeah.
But you've got to be careful there. You can't be coming back across like that. He would have seen him next to him, surely, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, he would have. And I think, so predictability is safe. And I think cutting across and then turning into the corner early, I think like you're just setting yourself up for a bit of a scrap, aren't you?
Absolutely, absolutely. Let's remind everybody of your top 10 at the moment. So P1, Adam Wilson Weir, P2, Wayne Douglas, and P3 is your Peter Duke, followed by Jared Love, Craig Corish, Sebastian, Sam Berry, Harry Hartley Price, Alexander Claudio, and Hayden Young. That rounds out your top 10 at the moment. Now, Harry 7, Joshua Smith, Gareth Newton, P1, 2, and 3 in the AMs currently.
Yeah, we have got all the AMs now separated from the pros. Tim Reed, sadly, out of this race, 2 laps down already. Well, I mean, because his car's out. Just a
Yeah,
bit of a shame.
along
A couple of
along
black
with
flags there.
yeah, unfortunately with Ryan Clark as well. Suffered that unfortunate dive bombing a little earlier. Seeing lots of black flags coming out now, Jim.
Yeah, I mean, well, Jans was from early on the race for the 10-second penalty. Daniel Paul, from the incident we just saw out then, Elmer Van Beek is serving his penalty as we speak in the pit lane. Potentially retiring the car, being a lap down already, but it's difficult to tell.
A little shout out to Vector as well for sponsoring from Jason. Sorry, dear Jason. Jason Anselto. Sorry about that. The text is quite small here for the chat box that I've got at the moment. So, but no, thank you again to Vector for sponsoring this season with their prize pool.
Yeah, so it's been a pretty eventful race so far. I mean, quite an exciting one. Like I said, it's a great track for racing. Lots of side by side. It's perfect for it, and it's why it's my favourite. It's a
Brilliant
proper
track.
racetrack.
Brilliant track for race 2 of 8. Again, here in the Tanzo Racing Group. Sponsored by Fresh Rubber and Clark St. James Motorsport. They're bringing us the tracks, aren't they?
Absolutely. So, I mean, this track as well, pretty common for other racing series as well. Lots of GT3 racing here, and MotoGP as well. I mean, you can see motorbikes as well. You can imagine them racing around here.
Oh, they would be flying around here, in my opinion. They, I think it's #1 track for quite a lot of MotoGP pros and fans. To be fair with you,
Oh, that's so
the
close.
elevation, the speed, the flow, the overtaking as well. Like you can see what it's like for these GT3s. Imagine how much room you've got with just a bike underneath your butt.
You can probably go about 8 wide through a lot of these corners.
Oh, and the rest, and the rest. Good thing with this track though, Jim, it feels like it's been around for decades. Do you know when it was opened? 2008. It's not even that old.
That's really not that old, is it?
No, not at all. It's a great track, and again, it feels like one that's just been raced at for years and years and years. When you look back at motorsport, but no, 2008 is when this beautiful track came to be, and 2026 we're still sitting there and we're driving around it, and you can see all sorts of motor races. Like you said, you've got the GP. We're in the GT3s here today. You've got the Formula One, which I'm sure most people do watch and know this for. It's a phenomenal track. The roller coaster, the elevation for me is the bit that I love the most. When you see those cars up in and down in up and hill, up the hills and down the hills, it just makes some brilliant racing. And for me as a commentator watching, makes some brilliant shots as well.
Yeah, and I think like having that like huge amounts of runoff, lots of gravel, lots of tarmac, lots of curves. It's just there's just so much track. They knocked it out of the park with designing this one.
No, absolutely, it's a challenging track, but it's a fun track to drive as well. It's an actual racetrack. Now you asked me, I'm a huge racetrack fan over a street track fan, and this is one of the ones that stand out to me as a racetrack, a proper racetrack. Viewers, I don't know if you're with me on that one there. Let me know, what do you consider to be the best racetrack? But Jim, I'm sure we all know what you're about to say about this track being one of your favorites. Jim, is this track one of your favorites?
Oh, it is my favorite, like without a question. I mean, I do like Gilles Villeneuve, the Canadian sort of racetrack. That's a
Ooh.
close behind it. It's got very similar kind of like technical and nice overtaking opportunities, but this track is just perfect in my opinion.
Okay, so, little bit of news for everyone, and for you, Jimby, as well, just in case you might not have got the word. But the steward is going to be giving full race warnings to all drivers for dive bombs and dangerous driving that will result in a drive-through until the end of this race. Now he's cracking down. This steward is. He's not taking any guff here.
Yeah, and you can see why. I mean, like hairpins, I always feel like in racing, they encourage a bit of a dive bomb. But the problem is, if a car's already turning in and then you stick your nose in the last second, it will always result in a crash.
Well, it's like we
So,
saw, and unfortunately for Ryan Clark, it seems to have cost him his race. He's absolutely fuming, as he let us know in the comments a few minutes back when it happened.
yeah, I mean, there's plenty of room to be side by side, and if you're not alongside with someone before the corner, just back out. You've got
Absolutely.
so much time. An hour long race. An hour is a long time. And if you don't think it's a long time, just stare at a wall for an hour, and you'll know how long it'll feel. So,
Well, I'd much rather be staring at this for the hour, Jim.
oh,
We are nearly though at that 45-minute mark, so we're nearly three-quarters of the race through. So we are going to, I think, we're going to start to see some more action, which is maybe why the stewards took the approach that he has, just to calm everybody down a little bit. But we're still going to see some great racing into the last 15 minutes of this. Adam Wilson Weir up in P1, still 43 minutes into this race. We did see a little bit of Wayne Douglas right at the start of the race, but seems to be holding out his own. Currently, with just a 2 second, just over a two, well, just under now a 2 second lead on Wayne Douglas. He's been driving absolutely phenomenal today, and it doesn't seem like he's had any issues. It just feels like Wayne Douglas has been breathing down his neck the whole time, especially with that 7.7 second gap to P3 with Peter Duke.
yeah, I mean they've done. He's done phenomenally up there. I mean, keeping that sort of 2 secondish gap in the lead this whole race time. I mean, he has just lost half a second there, so I don't know if he had a bit of a dodgy corner, but oh, it's gone back up to 2 seconds. So I think
I think that's
I
what
think
you
he's
were
all right.
talking about earlier. No, I think that's what you were talking about earlier, Jim. It's just certain bits of track, certain drivers are a lot quicker than others on, but they can make it back up in other bits that maybe that driver isn't as good on. So maybe Adam's got something that Wayne hasn't on a couple of corners. Maybe Wayne's got something Adam hasn't got on the other couple, which is why they've literally been about 2 seconds apart for pretty much this entire race.
Yeah, I mean, I hope that warning about dive bombs doesn't put people off of racing, because it it'll be like it's just such a good track for racing that I hope they can just keep in that mindset of just like, okay, well, we can't dive bomb, but I can still go for moves if I'm alongside.
The thing you've got to be smart. It's like we said right at the start of the race, and we've said it time and time again. There is 60 minutes to this race. You do not need to do anything silly. A lot of this is strategy, in my opinion. If I'm sitting behind a driver and I'm comfortable behind him, and I want obviously I want that position, I'm not going to go out and do anything silly for it until I absolutely have to, or I'm just going to sit there and wait for the opportunity to come up. Now that might be a mistake. It might be something to do with the pits. It could be absolutely anything. I feel a little bit more inclined to maybe sit behind, but up until about this point, the 45-minute mark into an hour race, Jim, is where I'm going to be sitting there thinking, right, where I finish in the next few minutes is where I'm probably going to be finishing this race. I need to get as high up as I can.
Yeah, strategy plays such a big part in an hour-long race, but the thing is, you don't want to play it too safe. Like I said, you want to be making moves, but you don't want to make silly moves. Silly moves is when you crash.
No, exactly. And we just don't. We like seeing racing. We like seeing a little bit of paint changing between the cars. We like seeing the bumper to bumper action, but we don't want to see anybody being taken out of the race. Uh, Again, that's why the stewards clamp down. We don't want to see any more dive bombings. We don't want to see anything else happen like what happened earlier on in this race, because it's just going to take drivers out, and that's not what the drivers are here for. At the end of the day, it's all it's all for some fun. They all just want to be here because they want to be here.
Yeah, and this kind of driver, there shouldn't be any silly mistakes. And we're seeing a beautiful overtake here. Just that's what you need to do. You get alongside before the hairpin, and then you just get a great exit out, and you're battling.
See, I think I maybe should have remembered that last time me and you had a race around here. If I remember correctly, I think I absolutely wiped you out by dive bombing. It was just me and you, and it was a friendly little race in an F1 car.
Yeah. I mean, we do have these fun little races. Just learn the tracks, have a bit of fun, and that's what racing is. It's fun, and that's what it
No,
should be.
it absolutely is. And honestly, viewers, I do obviously I commentate with Jim here. I race, I game with him on other games as well. But when it comes to racing, I truly do mean it when I say it. There is nobody that knows motorsport and tracks, especially this one, more than Jim. I've got to give you your props on it, Jim, and I fully understand. After listening to you when we were on board with Harry Hartley Price earlier, when we were sitting on that flying lap with him, I truly understood why I have not got a chance here.
Yeah, so the warning was sent out because we had 8 separate dive bomb incidents within 6 minutes. You can see why it needed mentioning. But I
Oh,
mean, these guys are racing hard, and if you can race hard and you can race fair, that makes it entertaining.
race hard and race fair.
Like
That's
we're
what you
seeing
want
with
to see.
Harry here and Sam, just bumper to bumper, endlessly this whole race. I mean, they're going to be knackered at the end of this. I mean, like, just the constant pressure that they're putting on each other. I mean, I don't
Oh,
know about
it's
you,
been
but
back and
when this
forth.
starts happening, when I see those cars that are my rearview mirror, they're that close, the heart gets going, and by the end of the race, you're just sweating like.
See, I don't do many 60-minute races myself. Now we're like 48 and a half minutes into this 60-minute race. So he's going to be knackered already. But I'm sure come the end of it, like you said, he's going to be sweating buckets. But again, they've just been back and forth this entire race. It's been a great battle to follow along with. And we'll see what happens when we do come into that final portion of the race, those last minutes. We'll see what happens with all the drivers. Currently, P1, 2, and 3 is your Adam Wilson Weir, Wayne Douglas, and Peter Duke. That's your pros, 1, 2, and 3. Your P1, 2, and 3 for your AMs, Harry Seven, Gareth Newton, and Christopher Haynes, 14th, 15th, and 16th, respectively, out on track. How are they going to be feeling, Jim, coming into that last 10 minutes as we creep up to that 10-minute mark right now?
Yeah, 10 minutes to go. This is where the pressure really hits. This is where you're like, all the pit stops are out the way, all the fuel saving and tire strategies are out the way. This is where you put in the perfect laps and you get those positions. I mean, Harry and Sam, I think, are going to be the ones to watch being the closest on track right at the moment. And
Half a
I mean,
second in it.
Alexander Claudio as well, getting very close behind Hayden Young. He's catching up. I think these are the two battles that we're going to be focusing on for the last 10 minutes here for the most part. And
Absolutely. We'll follow along and we'll find out who finishes where. Hopefully, we can speak to a couple of the drivers as well after the race to find how to actually ask them how they found it and find out if they're actually sweating buckets, Jim.
yeah, because I think as well, like we touched on, those that didn't change tires or anything, those tires are going to be just screaming at this point. They're going to have no grip left, going to be absolutely nothing. And you can see him flashing there. So Sam's flashing because he's coming up on a lapped car. So he's just letting him know to, like, when they get close enough to give him some room to get past, and then Sam and Harry can carry on the battle for the rest of the race.
Still
There
flashing
you
him
go. He
away
just
there,
backs off
moving out of
now,
the way.
and then off they go.
Let Harry and Sam carry on their fight. He's still within that half a second. He's just over 3/10 at the minute.
Yeah.
Surely maybe one more overtake. We've got 10 minutes.
Oh, I think we'll see a couple. I think we'll see a couple. But yeah, no dive bombs, so they've got to be smart and they've got to be skilled with their overtakes now.
They've all been told, so if they do it, they know the punishment. And you do not want to get a drive through this close to the end of a race. You spent 50 minutes driving. You do not want to drive through with 10 minutes to go.
Yeah, we've got a bit of a James on James action here in the Aston Martin. Same livery, same car, both Jameses. I think it's going to get interesting. Who is going to be the James that comes out on top?
Well, we'll find out, I'm sure, on that one. Battle of the Jameses.
Yeah, it's a good name, Jameses. Good solid name.
Well, once you're done blowing your own horn, we'll talk about James Vardigan and James Moore, who are fighting out on track at the minute. Well, we're on board with James Vardigan at the minute as James Moore creeps up ever closer behind him. Jim, you sometimes really do have a big head.
I was just being silly, just being silly.
I know. I don't. I get you. I get you. I get you.
Oh, there you go. Nice overtake there from James Vardigan's
James Moore,
on a,
was that? Yeah.
I think that's Jordan Butler there, and in the Ferrari actually getting past James there. And I think this is where, like we said, people start making overtakes, but also, like we mentioned earlier on the race, when you start fighting, it slows you down. And look at the gap that the other James has pulled there, but James Vardigan's just pulling away now. You've got that extra half a second that he had before.
I think with any Jameses going forward, I think you need to go off last names only.
I mean, you see it on the timesheets, everything's moving around.
James.
Yeah.
No, we
But
do
yeah,
like to
back
see it.
to Harry Hartley-Price getting so close behind Sam Berry. I mean, like I said, 7 minutes to go now, and the pressure is absolutely mounting. You've got to start making those moves if you want to get those positions, because I often find defending is easier to keep your position than it is to try and get a position through attacking. You can kind of
Mm.
slow people down at the right points, and you can get the ideal lines when you need to, and
See, for me, I
kind of
think it's the attacking side of it which I prefer. It's that unexpected. You don't know where I'm going to go, where I'm planning on going. Now there's a line on the track. They're all going to try and keep to it. But when you're in a position like this that Harry's on with Sam at the moment, Sam's not too sure what Harry's going to do at any given time. And that's the bit that I like about the racing.
yeah. So with 6.5 minutes to go, if you're watching in the YouTube chat, feel free to shout out anyone that you want to give a shout out on stream. Look how close they're getting. There's millimeters in between those cars at the moment.
These guys are so close at the moment.
It's unbelievable. Great racing from them. I think great racing across the board, really. This race. I mean, I know we've seen a couple of dodgy moves, and I mean, like we said earlier, like Ryan Clark getting unfairly taken out.
A couple of unfortunate
We have
incidents have
overall
happened there.
seen a phenomenal race today. It's been crazy. You don't really know who to look at and when.
I'm sorry. I'm just entranced at the minute with this fight between Harry and Sam at the moment. Harry is absolutely going at Sam. Look at that time. It's not changed.
It's
There
not
we go.
changing every time. He's poking his nose out, trying to like throw Sam off, like saying like, "Oh, my car's going to be here. Where's your car going to be? Am I going to stick my nose in?"
He's
And
got 5 minutes to get it done.
oh,
Sam's defended very well for about the last 5 minutes. Can he keep it up and keep that P7 and stop Harry from going past him? I want to see. I want to see a little bit of fighting near now in the last couple of minutes, Jim. Like I said, we're coming up into the last 5 minutes of this 60-minute race. We are nearly at the end for these drivers.
yeah, 5 minutes to go. Adam there, up in P1, 4-second lead right now in the Lamborghini, followed by Wayne Douglas in P2 in the Ford, and Peter Duke in the Corvette. 6 seconds behind. 6 seconds between
Well, that
P3
gap
and
has built
P2 there.
has absolutely built, hasn't it?
Yeah, some big gaps are forming now as everyone's struggling on those tyres, struggling on the strategies.
You got also as well. Shout out to those AMs: Harry Seven in P1, Gareth Newton in P2, and Christopher Haynes in P3 in class at the moment. 14th, 15th, 16th out on track currently.
Yeah, and I mean,
Brilliant
shout out
drive.
to the basically everyone else in this race. I mean, like Daniel Paul there, still maintaining being close to the car but in front, and lots of great battles going on.
I think Jim, just for the minute, we've got to sit on with Harry and Sam for the moment. We will jump to the race leader when we get to that point. But for now, the fight between these two is going right until the bitter end.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are not giving each other an inch. They are so close behind each other. The mind games trying to go on of people like just yeah, you get Harry just sticking his nose here and there, not sticking his nose in, but like just showing like positioning his car in odd places on track just to throw off Sam. Like we're here, Harry keeping that inside line a bit more than normal, saying like, if you make a mistake, I'm getting inside and I'm getting that position.
Tell you, I don't think Harry has been with over about 3 tenths on him for the last like 3 laps here. Like genuinely, he has been so close behind Sam Berry this whole time. He's looking for it again. That slipstream proving pivotal there. He's catching up to the back of Sam Berry.
Yeah,
Gone
Sam
out. He's gone out
defending
wide
well
to the
there.
track to the left,
Oh, he's
side
gone
by side
alongside, but
maybe.
can't
Not
take that
quite.
outside line. It's
Not
so
quite.
difficult through there.
Will will Harry be wary of his tyres at this point, James? As well. We're 56 minutes in. He has had the change, obviously, but your tyres are going to be going at this point.
Yeah, I think like your tires are going to be gone, and you're in that slipstream, so you're gonna get that dirty air a little bit as well through these corners. You're not gonna be able to turn as well as you can, but I think right now all he's focusing on is just like just putting that pressure on Sam, trying to get Sam to make that one tiny mistake that he can get his car alongside or get in front with.
No, absolutely.
But yeah,
And
I mean,
we'll keep with this as long as we can. We'll keep this as long as we can. Oh, Alexander Claudio, black flag. He has a drive through
incident
incident.
limit reached. I mean,
Okay.
he's not fighting with another car, so he hasn't caused any problems. It just appears that he's just when you go a little too wide on these corners here, you just get that one incident point for just like going just off track limits, and I
You
think it
don't
just
really
adds
want to.
up over an hour.
You don't want to go past those rumbles because that's where the points are going to start getting you. Really, if you go over the tracks, it's quite forgiving here. It's a wide track. You don't need to go like that, but with the tires maybe going, fatigue maybe setting in on his own, maybe just lost his mind for just a second there and drifted over, which put him over the incidents, which got in that drive through. He'll be gutted with that. With less, it was less than 3 minutes to go when he got that flag.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully he doesn't lose too many positions with it, and he'll have to learn for next time that sometimes if you're not fighting another driver, just play it safe, just keep in those track limits, don't overdo the car.
No,
If a car is
absolutely.
within a second of you, then obviously, yeah, that's when you start pushing, and then you take those risks. But it's not worth it if you've got that little gap to play with.
Seen a couple of times. Remember, viewers, if it's in the yellow, it's within a second. Anything in the orange is within half a second. We're seeing those times get a little bit closer now as we get coming up to that last minute now.
Yeah, Jared Love as well up in P4. He's starting to put the pressure on the car in front. He's gained significant time recently over these last couple laps, really getting in that second mark.
I think Peter
And
Junk's gone from 7 seconds to 5.5 seconds now as well on Wayne Douglas in P2 as well. So he's gaining a little bit of time as well out in front of him. Harry Hartley-Price obviously still at half a second, just under half a second behind Sam Berry. And you got Sean Clark back in 17th. He's making a late push on Christopher Haynes in P16.
yep, and we are just coming up to the final lap of the race. You see the driver's just about to start the last lap. And we're going to go on board now with Adam for the final lap of the race. He has done phenomenally this time. Two and a bit seconds to go. I think he's just playing it safe, like we said, just keeping in track limits, keeping the car where it needs to be. I mean, just
Well,
he's had a great one. I mean, he can afford to play it safe by 2 seconds worth, can't he?
absolutely. I think what we're looking at with Adam is pretty much minus the first lap when there was a little bit of a back and forth between him and Wayne. He's led this race pretty much since about turn 2, turn 3 comfortably as well, and not looked back since. Phenomenal race as we sit on board with him here for his last lap as he goes round. Jim, call it as he comes round, mate.
Yeah, just using all the track here through the nice right-hander. I mean, blind apex here, using all of the track just so you don't over rotate the car through the corner and lose that back end. Again, flat out through this section. Late braking, but you're very light on the brakes here because you just want to get it slowed slightly and then just rotate it through. As soon as you hit that middle of the apex, you're back on the throttle, going as quick as you can. Again, flat out again through here. Heavy braking zone in a straight line. Getting the car turned into the apex of here. Track out a little wide and straight back over to the left-hand side to open up for the next corner. Although it's kind of a round corner, again, you treat it kind of like a right angle, and then you just get on that throttle as soon as you can, using all the track, all of the bit there, slight lift into that final bump, flat on the throttle from here on outwards.
There we go.
Going as wide as
Uphill.
possible so you don't cook the tyres, uphill, little
Flash of the
flash,
lights.
little wiggle, and he is our winner of the race.
Well done, Adam Wilson Weir. He won.
Oh, can we cut to Jared Love quickly? Oh, he was so close behind. Less than a tenth in between it. He gained 7/10 on that last lap. Very quick there. Harry Hartley-Price as well, if we can cut to him. He is also very close behind Sam Berry. Is he going to make that move on the final turn? No. Sam
I
Berry
think he's okay.
wins that
Wins
hour-long
that battle.
battle that he had with Harry there.
Let's jump on with Harry 7, though. P1 in class, Jim. Absolutely phenomenal drive from the lad
Yeah.
here.
26 seconds ahead
That
of the next AM. I mean, that is a drive he will be proud of.
He's got time for a drive through at that time.
Yeah, do a what was it? Verstappen at Austria, was it? Where he went in an extra pit stop just to...
Yep, just because he
Yeah.
could.
Oh, but you can see it there as he was coming around that corner. A little wiggle under braking. Those tyres are gone at this point.
There we
And
go. He'll
I
come
think
round.
he'll
He'll
be
be
very
happy.
happy with that one. He'll be very happy with that race.
Absolutely ecstatic. And like you said, he's got that 26-second lead on Gareth Newton. He's going to be in P2. Christopher Haynes looking like he's got P3 there as well.
Yeah, look at that little flash.
In
Is he going to give us a wiggle or is he going to pull over?
no
Just
wiggle.
a little flash. I mean, yeah, great drive.
There you go.
Gareth Newton as well, P2, last car out on track because the other cars had been lapped, so they've already finished their final lap.
Here we go.
And yeah, he'll be
Finishing off our race, Gareth Newton, P2 in class in the
Christopher
AMs.
Haynes, P3.
Phenomenal. Brilliant drive from everyone there today. Like you said, shame about the couple of incidents that we did have out on track, but that was a phenomenal race to watch.
Oh, non-stop action, non-stop action. And yeah, if I was Sam Berry, I'd be I'd be looking forward to just having a bit of a calm down after that one. Oh, that was some
Right.
close racing in that. That was
No,
yeah,
absolutely, absolutely. And Jim,
yeah. I'll
take it
take it
away.
away. Yeah. So P1 we have Adam Wilson Weir, followed by Wayne Douglas, Peter Duke, Jared Love, Craig Corish, Sebastian Diesvenbach, Sam Berry, Harry Hartley Price, Hayden Young, Tim Cullimore, Quinton Clumper, Alexander Claudio, and Glenn Alblard round out P13, and that is your pros. Harry Seven leading the AMs in P14, followed by Gareth Newton, Christopher Haynes, Sean Clark, and Mark Wesley. Joshua Smith, Jordan Butler, James Bardigans, James Moore, Raymond Van Sutphen, Jan Whittaker, Daniel Poole, Eddie Gagonis, Elmer Van Beek, and Tim Reed following out your 28th.
There you go. Some brilliant racing over that last hour that we just saw, and I for one, I already can't wait for next week. But that was a brilliant race today, Jim, at a phenomenal track. What's your opinions?
Oh, great race. Great
Oh,
track. I mean, yeah, should we jump over to some interviews in a second?
yeah, so we're going to bring in Christopher Haynes now, finished out in P16, P3 out in class at the minute. Christopher, well done, mate. P3 out in class, mate. How you feeling? Oh, hello, Christopher.
Hello, how you doing?
There we go.
Hello, mate. How you doing, bud? You all right?
Yeah, cracking, thank you.
Good man, good man. Congratulations, P3 in class, mate. 16th on track. How you feeling after that race?
Yeah, thanks. I'm exhausted actually, pretty hard going. The car just felt on edge the whole time, so it was more a
Yeah.
case of just keeping it going and keeping it on the track.
How'd you
I'm
deal with
really pleased.
the tyre wear?
I changed tyres at pit stop. I'm pretty hard on the tyres, so I just took the time, and then yeah, it was still going strong at the end, but happy
No,
with third place overall.
Yeah,
no,
sensible
fair play,
decision. We
mate.
saw a few people take tyres, and that turn one coming out the pit lane, there was a few spins from the fresh tyres. How did you feel coming out the pit lane?
Yeah, I just took it really easy for a couple of laps. It's really painful when people are coming up behind you, but just let them go, and it came back to temperature a couple of laps in.
Absolutely. Anything you'd be taking away with you to next week?
Yeah, I mean, big improvement for me. I was way down the field last week. Sean was coming up really close to the end. Another lap, I think he probably would have got me. So yeah, hanging on at the end.
Is there
Absolutely,
anyone
mate.
you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, just to Sean and the guys organising this cracking race, and really enjoy the series so far.
Nice. Well, congratulations again on P3. That was a great drive from you there.
Well
Thank
done,
you.
mate. Brilliant. Well, guys, thanks again to all the drivers out on track today, everyone who's been watching along with us. Jim, thank you as always for sitting here with me tonight and getting through every single bit of action. Want to thank the Tanzo Racing Group again for putting on that fantastic race with the sponsors of Fresh Rubber and Clark St James Motorsport. We'll see you next week. Something a little bit special, a track that I do actually quite like. We're at Daytona next week, so looking forward to it. So thank you again to everyone, and good night.